Abu has started ABA with AutismSTEP for I think a month now. 2 days program a week. I'm actually very happy because Abu used to only babble. He cannot say a word. And actually last week he for the first time he called Baba, and now he can parrot Mama. You know.
For us, it's very surprising. We are very surprised to see Abu's improvement. Okay, just for a month, okay, without having to say any words. Okay.
From not being able to.
For not being able to, he managed to say with his eye contact on me. Okay, he said Baba.
And he managed to sit through 1.5 hours without, moving off from the study table during the session. It's like really.
Yeah, because,
wow.
Because the thing is, before this ABA session, he can't even sit for 2-3 minutes. He will start to wander around.
Yeah.
But
fidgets a lot.
Yeah, fidgets a lot. Okay, but during the session, he managed to sit in for a solid 1.5 hours. Okay, that really surprised us. Okay, how well this ABA works for him.
Correct. Yeah. He learns to point also because now he's very motivated with food, right? So they use that as a reinforcer. So we didn't know that he can point because all this while he will used to like pull you to bring you to what he wants. So now that he can make an option, he can choose, he can point to what he wants. It's something that it might look a little for people but it's something that really my son can by putting him in this ABA really give me that hope. There's more that we can get out of it. Many parents with special need child always think that getting help from having a program like ABA is something that is very hard to afford because already having this kind of child is already very high maintenance. What else having a specific program for them, but my take was of course before I actually engage AutismSTEP, I do my research we Google. I called a few company asking whether what is the the time frame, the length of the program, and also the fees and when I called a few provider, but it doesn't fit my budget So when I actually contacted AutismSTEP, asking them, and they told me that they actually baby bonus can use baby bonus baby bonus certified. So I was like, okay, it's a something that helped me to save cost using the baby bonus so
it really helps a lot
yeah. And then on top of that, when they come to our house to do the assessment and to actually talk about the fees, okay, for instance, they suggest 2 hours for instance, and per hour is such and such, but it doesn't. I could not afford. It's something that's still flexible to work with You can tell them, what about 1.5 hours, and they give their take, and then you can implement what is it. It's not something that's so rigid
that you need to
cater
to
sign.
their,
it's something that you can work with, and along the way it changes. It doesn't stick to whatever you sign on that point of time. Along the way, 1 month, 2 months, maybe your son or your child improve out of this. You said okay, maybe cut down to 1 day a week or things like it can be arranged. It can be and they are easily contacted. So something to me it's something that
I would recommend.
Correct.
Yeah, I would recommend ABA with AutismSTEP.
Always do your research and always just ask. They won't get angry out of you asking. So just ask, and I'm sure they will answer at their best to help the family and to provide and fit into whatever you can afford to provide for your child.